Unplugging is a 2022 film directed by Debra Neal Fisher. It's written by Brad Morris and Matt Walsh. And we have a cast including Eva Longoria and Matt Walsh. And I like the premise. It's about a couple who go on vacation and they're going to have a no technology vacation. They are, as it were, unplugging. And this will give them a chance to reconnect with themselves, reconnect with nature, and it was very slow to begin with. It took a long time to get to the point, but once we got there, it was interesting enough. I feel like the narrative itself was a little bit bland. There were times when it was very dramatic, but for the most part, it was a little bit bland and just not the most exciting. But where I think the film does well is that I think there's probably an element of relatability there. I feel like these unplugged vacations or just even weekends away, if it's not nothing quite as significant as a vacation, but you just want to get away for a few days, I feel like this is becoming quite popular and quite common. And I think if you can relate to the characters, I think there could be an element of fascination there. And indeed, it could be quite inspiring as well. I feel like, speaking as somebody who is chronically online, the idea of going away for a few days and unplugging terrifies me, but that in itself tells me that it's something I should do at some point. The fact that it's scary is the reason why I should do it, and I think if anybody watches this and feels the same way, that's a sign that maybe you need to unplug. Speaking for myself, that's definitely the case, but it's too scary to do. And that element of relatability with the characters, how they're feeling about this as well, because obviously it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do. It's not too bad. The characters are likable. I think they work well together. The performances are very good. We have a lot of gorgeous outdoor scenes at certain points. In fact, I'm going to check to see where this was filmed, as I didn't look into that. So visually, it's quite a satisfying film. Certainly quite nice to look at. According to IMDb, this was filmed in Oklahoma. That's the extent of the information that I have. If anybody has any more information on that, please feel free to share. So I feel like maybe the narrative needed something a little bit extra because, as I said, it was a little bland here and there, but there were times when it was a little bit more dramatic. So I guess there's a bit of a balance. A little slow to begin with, but it definitely got there. The characters are likable. The performances are good. Visually, it's a satisfying film. And as I said, if anybody watches this and thinks it sounds like a really terrifying experience, that might be a sign that those of us who feel that way maybe need to try and unplug. It doesn't mean I'm going to do it, but certainly I should try and think about it. Ultimately, I think unplugging has a lot of value. The narrative's not the most exciting all of the way through, but in general, I think it has a lot to offer. For the most part, it's quite an easy watch, quite a relaxing experience. And if it sounds like the kind of film for you, whether or not you feel you might need to unplug, I'd say it's one that might be worth watching.